Yeah, thanks, you guys. As Connor said, we had I thought a good week of volleyball. Fresno got the better of us. We made some plays late that we don't normally make, and found ourselves fighting for our lives there, and just came up short. And I thought the team had a really nice response going into a really kind of heavy, emotionally driven match against Reno. On that Saturday, the senior day, there's a lot of incredible things that just come along with senior day, and so I was a little skeptical of how that whole thing was going to play out, to be totally fair. And I thought the team responded really nicely. We did a kind of a dress rehearsal for it, because we knew there was going to be a lot of emotions when you have 7 seniors that have given a lot to this program, whether it's been here for 4 months or been here for 5 years. We knew that it was going to be a heavy day, and yeah, they came out of the gate firing, and I thought we were a little late to pick up our game, and next thing you know, it's 2-1 in a do-or-die set, and I thought we responded really well in that fourth, and I thought the fifth we actually looked probably as good a volleyball as we had played all match. And so really nice to finish the senior day with a win, and to head into this week with a little bit of momentum, going to play 2 great teams. We just finished up our scout and kind of pre-practice planning work for CSU, and they're a handful. They're going to come at us in a lot of different ways, and we're going to have to respond. We're going to have to step up to the plate and go put together a great match to pull that one off. And so when we do, then we're going to clinch, and it's this mentality of believe or leave. And we've got to all believe that what we're doing is working towards playing next week in Vegas. And so that's the message this week to the team.
And Coach, knowing that things are really tight for second place right now, and just having these 2 last road games, how are you guys approaching getting on the road and really just getting after it?
Yeah, I think as we've talked about all season long, each of these matches is independent of what else is going on, whether we're coming off of a great road win or a home loss, whatever it is, they're independent of each other, and the reality is we get a chance to go into battle against good teams, and the nice part is I think we're training at a good level. I think the team's healthy. I think the team's mentally and physically healthy. We're in a good spot. I think they're ready to go compete. It's easy to kind of run out of gas. In these last few weeks of conference play, it's really easy to run out of gas. The academic burdens, the challenge of being in season for 16 weeks, it can add up on you, and it can take its toll. And my challenge to the team was, hey, I'm going to meet you halfway. We're going to challenge you to some shorter, more intense practice sessions, and we're going to ask you to meet us halfway with you step up to the plate with your own drive and competitive layers that you bring to practice. And I think we're in a good place. I like the way we're playing. I like the way we're training, and we're going to, like I said, I think going into Colorado State at home, they've been great there, and we're going to have to go play a really nice volleyball match to put some pressure on them to see who cracks first. And I like our chances. We've been good on the road, so I like our chances going out on the road and doing what we do.
Just with all the clinching scenarios in your last week of the regular season, how much does this week kind of feel like the playoffs?
Yeah, good question. I think the intensity and the urgency to be in the moment, it doesn't change for me. I'm always challenging them. Hey, we just have to win today's training session. We have to win, being a little more mindful than our opponents. We talk about what do we think it takes. We're not in other people's gyms and in their practices, but what do we think it takes to be a top 3 team in this league, to train at a level that way, to lift at a level that way, to communicate on the court at a level that way. So I think we put ourselves in a position to not have to add any extra weight to what it is that we're doing, to just say, hey, we've just got to go be ourselves. We're 2 good teams going and battling it out, and let's see who can stay sharper longer. And so I don't think we've added any extra weight. I think it's always in the back of their minds. They have a goal, and that's what we've talked about for the last 5-6 weeks as you start to get into this phase of season. Our goal is absolutely within reach. We want to be playing volleyball in that tournament. We want to be peaking at that tournament. But you got to take care of the day-to-day. And you got to take care of, hey, the first test ahead of us is to go win a travel day. Actually, to win training today, to go win a travel day tomorrow, and then it's to go win a match at 7 o'clock on Thursday night.
Coach, you talked about the clinching scenarios, and all the goals are still out in front of you guys, but how much are you talking about that with the team? How much do they know, and are you guys starting to enjoy that now, just knowing that what's ahead of you guys and knowing where you are at as far as the seeding goes?
Yeah, I try not to get too far with them with that, hey, let's just stay present on, hey, we know that if we win one, we're in. It's as simple as that. We've talked about we don't want to rely on anyone else to get us in. We want to get ourselves in. And win 2, and you're in this incredible seed, right? And win 1, we're in. And there's a couple scenarios that if things don't go the way we want them to go, that, hey, we still have a shot to get in, of course, but we don't. That's not how we want to play this thing out. We want to go out on our own terms and go knock some teams on their butts. And the reality is yeah, it's on their minds, but I try not to let it be the focal point of it, because I don't want it to be the heaviness of the moment. the heaviness of the moment is, can we get a little bit better today? Can we stay healthy? And can we just get a little bit of development? Like, hey, then we're doing our jobs.
So looking at these last 2 matches now, is there still any more that you want to see as far as playing at that level that you guys are capable of from start to finish? You talked about, maybe a slow start here, or third set there. Is there still more that you want to see in these last 2?
Great question. We just talked about that yesterday. One of the things that we were looking at was in crunch time. After 20, how well are we playing? And, we're hitting 320 after 20, which is a huge number. And we're keeping our opponents to 218 after 20. We're 7% error block after 20, which means we're making you play 93% of those rallies. We're making you play them. Our opponents are making we force them into situations where they're making you play 82% of those balls. So we have a huge advantage of how we're playing late in sets. I still want to see us uptick a little bit in the beginning of sets and not feel like we're playing catch up, but we're doing a nice job closing things out, and that's something that you're going to have to do against a great Colorado State team.
And Coach Kate, with her record-breaking performance, program record career kills and points, and she did it against the team, her hometown team too. What was the emotion like seeing that and just having that kind of the tail end of the season too?
Yeah, incredible. We knew that there was a chance probably a couple weeks ago. We knew there was a chance that she could break that record, and I didn't make it a thing at all. Didn't even talk to her about it. It was just, hey, play each match independent of the last match, and can you continue to just go and get better? And as she got closer and closer to it, it's like, ooh, this is coming. She can do this. And to set the record is an incredible accomplishment. And to do it against Reno, you're absolutely right. That added even more heaviness for her. It's her hometown, and she's someone that, hey, her family all flew in, so there's going to be the emotional weight of that. Then there's the emotional weight of her senior day. Then there's the emotional weight of, I just did something that I never thought I could do. And I actually, after the match, I caught her and I said, hey, do you remember that time your freshman year when I told you could be one of the best players to ever play here? And she's like, I've never forgotten it. And that's just to kind of talk about the power of her ability to stay in it, and stay in the process. And it always hasn't been easy. She's been through everything and anything with this program, from great seasons to low points seasons. And she stuck with it. And she ends as the career kills and points leader is an incredible accomplishment.